Howdy partners, it's your old buddy the Reddit writer. Welcome back to the Reddit Ranch. Come in and sit a spell and listen to the mighty fine tales I gotta tell. Our first story is from a little lady that wants to know if it's possible that her boyfriend is just using Tinder to find friends to chat with and nothing else.
I discovered my BF has Tinder on his phone. It's a lot more complicated than it seems. Me and my boyfriend are both 21, and we have been dating for a year and 4 months. Definitely my longest relationship, and honestly, I believed I would marry him someday. He works overseas, so I don't see him for about 8 months of the year. Other than missing him, it never really bothered me because I trusted him completely and was willing to go through long distance for him. I should also clarify, I didn't originally. We dated for 11 months before he moved overseas for work, so we did date normally for a long period of time. Yesterday he sent me a screenshot of something in his phone and I happened to notice the Tinder notification. When I first questioned him about it, he lied and said it was a Reddit notification. I obviously knew that was a lie because I am a Redditor. Later on, he came clean about lying and said that he downloaded Tinder and made a fake account using some random pictures he found on Insta, and was using it to make friends because he was lonely. Now granted, I understand that working alone in a foreign country can get lonely and it's nice to have someone to console you and talk to, but for the last week he hasn't spoken to me much because he was busy. I completely understood that because he has a very demanding job, but I'm incredibly hurt that he couldn't find the time to talk to me. But he found the time to download Tinder, make a fake account, that is if what he told me was actually true, and then match and talk to random people, women. I have no issue with him having friends. In fact, I try to encourage him to get out and meet people our age and enjoy himself. But I do have a problem with him trying to meet our friends on an app that has an algorithm that is designed to match you with people who you are likely to be attracted to and want a relationship with. There are many apps that are designed with a purpose of making friends, and if not solely to make friends, then they offer the potential of making friends, like Discord, etc. I'm super hurt and I don't know what to feel, and I don't know if I should believe him at this point. He's never given me a reason to not trust him, but in the last while he made comments that, now looking back, are suspicious, but at the time just brushed it off. Another strange thing is that he also recently downloaded Snapchat. He's had it before but deleted it because he isn't really the social media type, but he now got it since he has been overseas again, and he doesn't snap me like at all. So, my question is, do you think he is cheating? Or can guys download and have Tinder for innocent reasons?
Well ma'am, I have to admit, I reckon I don't know a hell of a lot about Tinder, just by its reputation, but from what I hear, it's not a place where folks go just looking for friends, but it's more of a hookup site, meaning it's a place where cowboys and cowgirls go to ride. So, I'm sorry, but I do believe your man is stepping out on y'all. I do reckon that y'all would be better off without this sidewinder. Next, we got one from a bridesmaid that is being forced to wear a sweater at the wedding by the bride.
AITA for not wanting to wear a sweater at my friend's wedding? I'm 22, and my friend is getting married in a year or two during the summer, and I'm her maid of honor. I was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and wear a small sensor on my arm to monitor my blood sugar, Dexcom G7. We were talking about the wedding one day, and she brought up me wearing a small jacket or cardigan to cover the sensor, not wanting to see it in the pictures. It surprised me because if I stand at a certain angle you can't even see it. Since the wedding is during the summer and she wants it outside, I know it's going to be really hot and heat can already affect my blood sugar, so I don't want to, but she's adamant that I wear one. So, AITA for refusing to wear a sweater at my friend's wedding? ETA, I just wanted to add because I see it a lot in the comments asking if I'm able to put it anywhere else. The only other places I'm allowed to put it are my hip, thigh, and butt, and with my work uniform it would be very uncomfortable to put it in any of those places since I would have to deal with it for 10 days. I am looking into patches that would blend in with my skin to cover it, and I'll bring it up to her, Like I said, I was just diagnosed, so I didn't even know they made those. Also, my friend and her fiancé don't have a lot of money due to family issues, so I know they're not going to hire some fancy photographer for the pictures. It's a somewhat casual, but still fancy wedding. I bought my maid of honor dress at a thrift store, and she loved it, if that makes any sense. And I'm not ashamed of this. If people see or ask about it, I'm willing to talk about it to help them understand more. I think watching my grandma have it and be the strong woman she was really helps with that.
Well, ma'am, I reckon that you might want to skip this shindig altogether. I mean, if attending it could end up making you sick, well then it just ain't worth it. Y'all's friend does seem to be okay with putting y'all's health at risk just for a photo, so I'm not even all that sure if she's a friend y'all want to keep. The next one is from a cowpoke that is seeing a young lady, but the problem is that he's got himself a friend that seems to have intentions towards her. I guess that good old boy has never heard of the bro code before.
I have been dating a girl and my friend is getting in the way. I feel betrayed. I think my friend likes the same girl I've been seeing. So, I've been seeing some girl for about 6 months. Nothing is official, but we hang out, go on dates, stays over, and have been intimate. The girl is from work, I am 30 and she is 28. However, my friend who works on the same team has always been friendly with her. He's 22 and with all due respect he is not good looking. Only work friends, they've never spoke outside of work prior. Since we've been hooking up, she's been speaking to him about me and obviously asking for advice etc., seeing as he knows me quite well from work. However, recently he has been seeing her outside of work, going for walks and such to speak. He keeps saying he needs to speak to her about his issues too. He constantly texts her when we are out together, texts he misses her and he loves her, in a joking way, but I'm starting to think there is more to it now. He keeps dragging her away in work to speak to her. I don't want to say anything as she's free to do as she wishes. But it is starting to get me down as it's so obvious. He doesn't contact me anymore since he's started to go for walks. She did say to me that she thinks maybe he might like her but doesn't know what to say because she doesn't like him in that way. I didn't really carry the conversation on as I don't want to come across as that guy. I'm not concerned at all anything will happen between them, that isn't my issue. However, it's bothering me that it's affecting my time with her. I don't know what he could be saying too. And I feel kind of betrayed by him. I want to confront him but I'm pretty sure he won't admit that he does like her. Then, I feel he may go back and say I am trying to stop them being friends? How do I go about this? Do I just cut ties and keep it professional in work? Do I confront him, what do I say, or do I speak to her?
Well son, the way I see it, you do have a few options here. To start with, y'all said you two were not official yet. Well, it has been 6 months, and if you truly like her, then why don't you become official? I mean, it might get y'all's friend to back off a bit. Or, if y'all ain't ready for that level of commitment, then I reckon y'all could have your lady friend talk to him. It does sound like she'd be the one that needs to talk to him about it. I reckon it'll carry more weight coming from her, 'cause if you talk to him, y'all may just come off as a jealous boyfriend. If she talks to him, it might hurt his feelings, but in the long run it'll be for the best. Our last one is from a good old boy that wants to know if he's a cow patty for yelling at his brother's pregnant girlfriend when the little darlin' threw out his steak. Wait, she threw out y'all's steak? Oh my sweet lord, that is just so heartbreaking.
AITA for yelling at my brother's pregnant girlfriend and kicking them both out of my house after she threw away my food? I'm 27, and I live alone. My brother, who's 21, and his girlfriend, who is 19, still live with our parents as they can't afford a place of their own. His GF is currently 4 months pregnant. My brother asked to bring his girlfriend for dinner in order to catch up and I said sure, why not? However, the moment she entered my house she started complaining about the smell of the steak I was making and said just the smell alone makes her nauseous and she can't eat this. I tried to suggest an alternative, but she was dead set on Chinese food and ended up sending my brother to the nearest mall in order to get her some. I thought that would be the end of it, but after going to the bathroom and coming back, I caught her throwing my unfinished steak into the garbage. I asked her what the hell she was doing and said the smell was so strong she thought she'd end up throwing up on the floor and she needed to get rid of it, and then started spraying a perfume from her purse in my kitchen. I was beyond furious at this point and sent her back to the living room, and after my brother came back from the mall, I kicked both of them out with their Chinese food. My brother tried to convince me to let them back in and that I could make something else for the two of us, and his GF was pretty much sobbing at this point, but I was dead set on kicking them both out. However, my parents ended up being mad at me for apparently causing so much distress to my brother's pregnant GF. I told them that she literally threw away our dinner, but they said that I shouldn't have yelled at her or kicked them out as she's still just a teenager who's now getting influenced by her pregnancy hormones, and that my outburst also caused problems in their relationship as she ended up sending my brother to sleep on the couch that night, even though he literally defended her as well against me, so I have no clue how this is my fault. AITA for apparently not having enough tact to deal with a pregnant teenager?
No son, you ain't the cow patty. I mean, some women when they are with child, have been known to get nauseous from the smell of cooking meat, but that ain't a reason to throw out someone else's food. That's just some entitled BS right there. What she should have done is excused herself and went outside or something while the meat was cooking, or left with her boyfriend, or something. I would have kicked their lily-livered butts out of my house too. Though I'm a mite bit confused about why she made your brother sleep on the couch though. What? Did he forget the egg rolls or something? Well, I plumb reckon that's all the time we got today, but if y'all like this here video then please, hit like and subscribe, it'll really make this old cowpoke smile. And if y'all got anything to say, then feel free to tell me what's on your mind down in the comments. Until y'all come back to the Reddit Ranch. Adios.